What if one day you were walking through the forest and you saw a house that changed your life? What if you just wanted to eat some porridge but ended up running for your life from three bears? Luckily, I have got the perfect story for you to read before you turn 30, and I can hardly believe its insane ending. Once upon a time, there lived a little girl called Goldilocks, who was a normal girl with normal hair and a normal number of organs too. And one day she went for a walk in a forest and found a house that nobody was in. And when she knocked, nobody answered. And so she went inside the house that nobody was in. And it was in the forest that she went for a walk in. It was in the house that nobody was in the forest that she was in, that she found a kitchen. And in the room that she was in, there were three bowls, each with porridge in. The bowls with porridge in the kitchen in the now not empty house in the forest that Goldilocks was in before she entered the house that nobody was in were not all the same. The first bowl of porridge was too hot, and the temperature in it was too much for the taste buds of Goldilocks' mouth. The second bowl that had the porridge in was too cold, and it wasn't hot enough at all. But the third bowl of porridge that had the porridge in was just right, and Goldilocks put the porridge from the bowl into her mouth, making the bowl empty and her stomach full. It didn't stop there though, as Goldilocks left the kitchen she was in the house that she was in the forest that she had been walking in, to go to the living room which nobody had been in, and she saw three chairs. The first chair was too big for her and she didn't fit in it. The second chair was way too small and she didn't fit in it, but not because she was full of porridge, but because it was too small and she didn't fit in it. The third chair was just right. This chair is just right, she said before sitting in it in the house's living room. Unfortunately, it broke under her weight of the porridge, and so she had to go to the bedroom. In the bedroom, Mummy Bear was having an affair with Dave, her loan manager from Santander Bank. Goldilocks lectured them on the sanctity of marriage, and they left with their heads in shame. Wow. She then wanted to sleep in a bed, but the first bed that she slept in was the one that Mummy Bear and Dave had been using. It was far too hard for her, even now she was full of porridge and self-righteousness. The second bed she tried was way too soft for her, and she couldn't get comfortable in it because it was too soft, and she preferred mattresses that were slightly firmer than the one she was in, which was too soft. The third bed was just right. "This bed is just right," she said. It was painted red and had the words "No lame bitches allowed" painted on it, and Goldilocks went right to sleep in the bedroom in the house in the forest in which she was walking in a bit of an earlier bit of the story. Unfortunately for Goldilocks, the bears then came home and they weren't happy. Their porridge was eaten by the gluttonous petty criminal that was Goldilocks, and their chairs had also been sat in by the gluttonous thief. Daddy Bear led the charge upstairs and flung open the wardrobe to find Dan from Santander banking in there, talking on his phone about their incredible interest rates available to new accounts. "Darling, you know I support your polyamorous lifestyle," Daddy Bear said, looking at Dan. "You don't need to hide in the wardrobe. I would hate for someone from the Bank Santander to feel uncomfortable in this house, especially with how their incredible customer service makes me feel at ease." "Thanks, Daddy Bear," Dan said. "Also, there's a child asleep in the next room." Goldilocks woke up after hearing Dan say that she was asleep in the next room. She had been dreaming pleasant dreams about 0% APR and high interest rates, and when she looked up, the three bears and Dan from Santander were looking at her, and they were not happy. Goldilocks panicked and made to run away, but Dan from Santander stopped her with his strong left arm. Now, don't leave before making your account." Mummy Bear was furious, and Daddy Bear was craving human flesh. But Dan from Santander Bank knew about the importance of customer safety and security, and escorted Goldilocks out of the house with her new bank account with incredible customer bonuses that was free to open in the house in the forest. And Goldilocks left the house with a spring in her step and was immediately mauled by a tiger. Wow, what an insane ending that was. Let me know if you saw that coming and what you thought about this literary classic. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe while you're down there. If not, you'll go the way of Goldilocks. But as I am not a representative of Santander Bank, I cannot provide you with a new account before you get mauled. Thank you for watching.